This week on This and That Garage, the old Dodge 4-wheel drive is back and it's in need of some major repairs and major maintenance. I don't know how much we'll get done this week. I can't do none of it talking to y'all though, so let us get busy. If you will recall, I left off this truck not knowing what I was going to do with it. Talked about robbing the drivetrain and taking it to the junkyard. Well, then I told y'all I got another truck and we could get the bed, various body parts that we might need off of that one, put it on here, and, you know, save it. Well, I have chose the second one. Yep, we're going to save this old truck. It is rough for its body, but mechanically I think it's pretty decent. Yep. Let me get the leaves off because I don't want that in the shop. We'll pop hood, hopefully it'll start. Fingers crossed. We'll back her on out. Got to play musical chairs as usual. And we'll get her in the shop and start working on it. I don't know who parked this right up in the weeds and trees, but I can assure you he's a big dummy. Yep, sure is. Seriously though, why did I park this thing right here? What in the world? I got these hedge bushes everywhere. Man, they're the worst thing in the world, I believe. Anyway, how do you pop the hood on this? Is it out here or in the truck? You ain't got a clue. Here it is. I found it. I'll figure it out in a minute. There we go. Well, it's still the old ratty piece of junk, and there's no radiator fluid showing, so we got a leak somewhere. We'll have to find that. Let me get the battery in it, gas tank hooked up to the fuel pump. We'll see if it'll fire up. Got my old trusty square gas tank. Let me hook her up to the fuel pump. If I remember correctly, the fuel pump works. Where does it hook up? Oh my goodness, it's way down yonder. I can't even see it. I'm not getting on the ground. Nope. Well, I gotta climb up in there. I can't reach it from the ground. Oh yeah, this is good for my knees. Good for my knees. Yep. Well, I can't get to it to tighten it up, but it is on. Hopefully it don't leak. Let me put some gasolines in it. Fuel system is one of the major repairs we got to do. I don't know what kind of shape the gas tank is in, but I'm hoping we get to that this video. Now, are we leaking down there? I don't see any. But this little fella right here, let's get over here and see if it'll start. Oh yeah. I don't remember where the vent is on these. Is this it right here? Probably, but I ain't sure. A little bit grown. All right, I'm going to hit the key. See if it'll fire up. Fire in the hole. Fire in the hole. We have lost connection. Huh. All right, let me see if that helped us out or not. Fire in the hole again. Nope. We have nothing. We've lost everything. So that's good. I don't know. Let me figure out what's going on with the electrical. I got the headlight switch on. This ain't even trying to spark. So I wonder if we got a ground issue. We may have to do a will it run before we can ever do any maintenance on it. What in the devil? Power comes in here, goes down there. I'll be back in a little bit and let you know what's going on. Well, I got power back to everything. I got some clicky clicking going on here. I'm assuming it's just the relay, and then it goes down to the starter. That's a new starter. That's the one we stole off of the purple Dodge. I don't know what's happened to it, but apparently we don't have any connection on it anymore. I cleaned up all the connections on this starter relay on the fender well. Let's hit the key and see what happens. Fire the hole again. Well, we're making progress. I tell you what, this is the Bantry out of Dude. Originally, remember what, a couple weeks ago, and it drug, it wouldn't hardly turn him over. Well, I charged it up and then I checked it with the battery checker. It said it was good. Well, it said it was like 80% capacity. Well, apparently that's a lie. So we're gonna throw this away. Let me go get the one out of, well, get the new one out of Dude. This one actually belongs in the dually. It's a little wider, ain't it? Yep. Anyway, this one belongs in the dually. We'll have to get another one, I guess. Fire the hole for the 982nd time. Well, it ain't the battery. Nope. I don't know what it could be, fellas, because that's a brand new starter. Well, I figured it out. It has a secret handshake. You have to hit the steering wheel like that right there, and it'll turn over eventually. I don't know if there's something loose in the steering column, or if I'm just sending a shock wave out here to a loose connection, but let's see if she'll start. Fire in a hole. Look at there, fellas. Fired right up. Now it's a lifter tap. We'll have to do an oil change, but at least it fired up. Let me put a little bit of antifreeze in it so it don't run hot. We'll have to find that leak. It was dang near a gallon low, and I've lost the radiator cap, so that's good. We got some noise going on. Sounds like something hitting the fan. I hope that's all it is. Anyway, let's get this thing in the shop. If y'all will recall, it seemed like this thing was running a little warm when we were putting it around the woods. I thought I'd lost the radiator cap, but I think I took it off, or maybe I didn't even have one. But anyway, I think I know why it was running a little warm now. Well, the fan, she just spinny spins. The water pump pulley spinny spins because our belt, well, it ain't tight at all. That's probably why it was running a little hot. We'll have to get a belt. Alternator needs one too. Right now, let me pump this tire up, play musical chairs with the vehicles, get this thing in the shop. Well, it took an act of Congress to get this old International started. Finally did. I had to hook the battery charger up to it. Did that last time. As soon as I hooked the battery charger up to it, let it charge a second or two, fires right up. We might end up either putting an 8-volt battery in it or swap it over to 12 volts. I don't know, but I know it's aggravating when you got something that won't start. Let's see if this old International will pull this 65 C10 out of the way. That old International ain't got enough compression to hold itself on that heel. Let me scotch it. All right, let's get that Dodge in this shop. It's pouring down rain. I'm getting soaking wet too. Will it fire up again? Nope. Well, she won't start. Nope, won't turn over. I beat the steering wheel till my hand hurts. The door, it won't open now. I can't get the window to roll down, so a week or two from now when people find my body, y'all be sure and come to my funeral. It would be mighty nice of you. Yep. Well, I just figured out stomping the floor will make it start. So it's got two secret handshakes. Now that I got it started, let's get it in the shop, but I'm still stuck in here. I have no clue how I'm gonna get out of here. Can't see a thing either. Nope. Sure can't. Ain't got no brakes. Before we get started today, let me tell you about the sponsor of this week's video, Redtiger. You might be wondering, well, what is a Redtiger? Great question, glad you asked. Let me show you. Redtiger is the world's first full night color dash cam with in-cabin view. It has a total of 3 cameras. Let's just go over what comes in the box right here. This is your main unit. There's your front camera, which is a 4K. Here is your in-cabin camera. Right here, that's the one that's pointing at you. You can move it around. Got this big LED screen to see all the stuff going on. Here's the rear camera. You got your power cord. You got another cable that hooks from your main unit to your rear camera. Tell you what, let's go to the truck and I'll show you how easy it is to hook up. Probably a good idea to clean your windshield beforehand, but let's see about where we want this. Right in that area right there, looks pretty good. All you do, pull this red thing back like this right here. Go ahead and stick her to your windshield real good. Also, forgot to tell you this, it detaches very easily. Sure does. You can take it in the house at night when you get home. It's as easy as plugging it into a cigarette lighter, taking your other end here, plug her in right up here on the base, just like that right there, and there you go. Let me get the rear camera hooked up. We'll take a little fella down the road and see how it does. Well, I figured we'd take a stroll through the middle of town. You know, there's more action, cars here and there and everywhere. You get a little better sense of the quality of the camera. Now we'll switch to the in-cabin camera. Can y'all see me? How y'all doing out there? Now let's switch to rear view camera. See what that looks like. What do we see? I don't see nothing but cars. Tell you what we'll do next. Let's take a stroll through town at night. That way you can see what kind of quality it has in the dark. Well, matter of fact, let's just do it right now. We'll give us a little country road driving in the dark, and from what I can tell, the front camera is like, wow, man, it's really showing stuff up. Well, we're running through town now, and you got all of the street lights and the business lights, and you can see how well the in-cabin one lights up. Yeah, that's not bad, not bad at all. Of course, the front one, it did good out in the middle of the country with no lights, so yep, I'd say it's a pretty good camera. Well, I done turned around and headed back to the house, and as luck would have it, we almost were in a rear end collision. Yep. Feller was driving in front of me, and he just decided to basically stop in the left-hand lane. There was really nowhere for me to go, so I just had to stop. Well, a car come up behind me, dang near rear-ended me, had to swerve over into the turning lane. That just goes to show you, fellas, this camera probably be worth having. Yep. Well, fellas, I'm pretty impressed with this camera, especially the nighttime video quality. Pretty good. Most of the time, nighttime will be sort of washed out. No, so this here's good color. Looks pretty good. Yep. If you are interested in buying one of these from Redtiger, well, there'll be a link in the description below. You can click it. Also, I'll put a coupon code right here on the screen. Y'all go check them out. Well, as you can see, I managed to get the old piece of junk in here, and I got out of it. Let me tell you how I did that. Actually, let me see why that light is on. Is it the door switch? No, sir. Is it the headlight switch? Let's see. Where's it at? Yeah, that's what it was. So at least we know that works, and the battery's half dead now. That's awesome. Anyway, this is not turning out. Remember last week with the old International? And it just did not go as planned. This one here ain't starting off real good. No, sir. Well, let me tell you this real quick. Remember when we blew up Dude a couple months ago, and I got the old four-wheel drive out, hooked it up to the trailer, and headed to pick Dude up. And on the way, we had a hole in our gas line. It's literally like that around here every day, fellas. I ain't kidding you. My handy-dandy assistant, when that happened, he said, everything you do's got to be a big production, don't it? He's not wrong. I can't help it, fellas. It just happens. Anyway, the plan for this old pile of junk here goes like this. We're going to get it mechanically sound first off. This week, I would like to get the brakes done, possibly get the fuel system working. I don't know what kind of shape the gas tank is in. We'll find out here after a while. Anyway, get this mechanically sound, get good brakes, good fuel system, get it running good. Then we'll worry about how it looks. Y'all know that I don't paint. And here's why, because, I mean, look at this. Let's turn around here and look at this truck. This is why, because most everything that I pull in here looks like this. Just eat up with rust, beat to pieces. It'd just be too much work for me to try to get it ready to paint. That's why. I do want to swap body parts, though. Like I told y'all, you know, we got that other truck. We can get fenders, and I don't remember what shape the bed's in. We'll have to go over and look at it maybe the next day or two. I don't know if we're going to keep this truck or not. I would love to keep every one of these that I have drug home. I don't have the room is the main thing. If I had the room, I'd keep them. Well, most of them that I've worked on ever since I started the channel, most of them, not all, but most of them, I have some sort of attachment to them. I've known them for years, like this one here. I've seen it sitting behind his house there, parked for 20 plus years. Plus, I remember him driving it. And it's hard to turn loose of it, but this may be one of them that we have to let go. I'm not a big Dodge guy anyway. I'm not a big four-wheel drive guy. Yeah, we may have to turn this one loose. But for now, let's raise the little fella up and see what we're working with. It's pretty grimy. Motor is, sure is. We got a radiator leak. Not all of that is from this, but about half of it is. Yep. We'll have to figure that out. You can see where it's got some wetness right there where it's leaking from somewhere. We'll have to put our little pumper upper on it, pressurize it, and see if we can find the leak. What are we looking at? Well, we're looking at a little bit of everything. Here's the clutch assembly. It looks pretty thick. Yep, I think it's good. Floorboard right here, that's where your right foot goes for the gas pedal. And well, let me put this light right here and show you where all the floorboard's missing. Well, there's the frame. It's missing from here all the way over here and goes up. That's quite a bit. Oh, what about over here on this other side of the frame? Oh yeah, she's in pretty bad shape over there too. What about passenger side? Well, it's hard to see it for the exhaust, but yeah, she's pretty rotten also. Yeah, that's going to need fixing. What else do we have in here? This gas tank, it's about 6 miles long. It really is. Wait a minute. Let's look at this floorboard some more. Good gracious alive. This is your rocker, and then next to the rocker, it's just this whole area, that brace. What about on the passenger side? It ain't, oh, it's been repaired with this. Whatever that is, yeah. I imagine it's just as bad then. So, definitely going to have to be doing some floorboard repair. There's a transfer case. Of course, it's covered up with grease, and grease has been slung all over the bottom of the cab. But this gas tank, is it plastic? Well, it sure is. Look there, fellas. We ain't going to have to worry about no rust. Well, that is awesome. I wasn't expecting a plastic tank. One of the straps is broke, though, so I'll see tonight about... Ooh, that's about to fall off. I'll see tonight about getting a new strap for it. If I can't find one, well, we might be able to weld that back. But yeah, that's awesome. We ain't got to worry about rust. Oh, yeah. What about gas lines? Where are they at? Let me see if I can find them. Well, I found a few lines. Here they are right here. It is a return style system. Runs across here, this cross member, and then to the gas tank right over in yonder, I think. We'll at least blow air through them. Hopefully they're not stopped up. They don't look bad enough. Well, I don't know. That's kind of rotten up in there, but I'm not sure. We'll just have to see. If they need replacing, well, then we'll replace it. Where's the rear end? It looks pretty good. Let's grab this drive shaft, and I don't feel no play. What about up in here? A little bit, not much. I think it's okay. Exhaust looks pretty good. Yep. Is it a single exhaust? Yeah. We'll have to do some dueling on the exhaust. That's awful small too. Goodness, that's small. Yeah, we'll have to do something about that. Going out the back though, the bed, I don't see no holes. Not in the bed floor. But it's had grease slung all over it, so you know, it probably ain't rotten. I looked up the horsepower rating on this little truck. Just guess what this V8 318 makes for horsepower. 135 horse. That's sad, fellas. It sure is. I may or may not have bought an aluminum 4-barrel intake. We won't get to it this week, but eventually we'll do that and might put some headers on it, dual exhaust. We'll just have to wait and see. But for now, let's let her down a little bit, pull this wheel off, and go looking at the brakes. Tell you what, these wheels have seen better days. Man, that's a lot of rust right there. I'd almost be afraid to use them on the road. Golly. Anyways, let's get this wheel off. This is just a 5-lug, 4-wheel drive. Well, that's kind of odd. I thought most all 4-wheel drives were at least a 6-lug. Interesting. Rotors. They're going to have to do because I'm not buying any. Nope. I tell you what, you know, my brother-in-law out in North Carolina gave me a brake lathe. We were supposed to take the 65C10 out there right about now and do some more will it runs. Of course, that didn't happen. I think what we might do when we get the 65C10 done, let's drive it out there and get that brake lathe. I think that's what we'll do with it. Anyways, for now, let's get this little fella tore apart. Get this caliper off. Well, what size is that? It's not a half. It's either metric or it's been rounded off. Let me get some metric, see what happens. Now, a 12 don't fit. 13's too big, huh? Let me see if I can whoop a 13 on there with a hammer. Will it come loose now? Oh yeah, look up there. That one there feels a little bit better with the 1/2 inch. So let's try it. Nope, she's rounding too. Well, is it actually millimeter? And it's just rusty, or what's going on? Interesting. Heave ho! That brake right there is locked up. Sure is. The rotor still feels pretty good though. That don't have any slop, nor does it have any noise. Yeah, I think the rotor probably okay. Let me work on this hose, getting it loose. Oh my goodness gracious. That line. If we don't twist that in too, it'll be a miracle. Yeah. Let me work on that for a minute. I tell you what, I'm gonna go ahead and get the torch out on that because that looks pretty bad. Pretty doggone bad. Something tells me we're gonna be doing brake lines on this truck. If I had to guess. What size are you? Little buddy, I think you're gonna be a vice grip size. Yeah, it broke free. The nut did, but the line is twisting. It's almost twisted in two. Where does this go? Where is it routed? It's just a short line to this block over here, this hose. We're gonna replace that hose too. I guess we can go ahead and replace it. Gonna have to. Unless, well, there might be enough here to flare it again. Let's do that. Yeah, let's just go ahead and twist her in two because, yeah, I don't think that's gonna happen. Let's see about getting this hose loose off this caliper or this bracket. I need a screwdriver. Even their brake lines clips are weird on Dodge. They're just a weird vehicle. That's all I can tell you. If you don't own one of these little bitty tubing cutters, get you one. You can use it in tight spaces like this. It's very, extremely handy to have. All right, got that cut. I tell you what, I just thought of something. Before we go any further, let's see if we can't break the lines loose from that hose. Because if they twist too, then we may just run a whole new line. Let's raise her up and see if we can get that broke free. Well, there's the hose. I can't hardly get to it because the cross member. I tell you what, let's do. Let me put this wheel back on, and then I'm gonna rearrange my jack and jack it up on the frame, and hopefully it'll separate that rear end from the cross member, and I can get to that a little bit better. Well, that seemed to help out quite a bit. It gave us quite a bit more room under here to get to this. There we go. It broke loose from the line too. Awesome. All right, let's break the other one loose. I can't see what I'm doing. I found the leak on this tire over here. Here's the valve stem. We might break it down and put a new one in it. It broke free, but yeah, it broke free from the line too, I think. Awesome. Well, now that we know our lines are not going to twist off, that's awesome. Let's go ahead and replace this hose. Then we'll get back out there on the caliper. There's that hose. Let me get the new one. We'll go ahead and swap them out. New hose. Hey, I got that hose changed out. Now we're back on this line here. I got to straighten it out because it had a slight bend in it. My nut won't go back far enough so I can get the flaring tool on it. All right, got that flared. Let's get, I guess we'll get the caliper on, brake pads, all that kind of stuff. The rotor's a little rough as far as rust. It's not grooved. It's just rusty. It could be turned. We ain't doing it right now. Nope. I'll wear out a set of pads before I go through all that trouble. Stay. That goes in just like that right there. Where did my hose go? Right here. Let's go ahead and put it on here. Driver's side is done. Let me get this side here done. I'll be back and we'll go to the rear and see how bad they are. Front is done. Let's see what we got on the back right here. We're going to have to fight these. Look at here, fellas. Is something actually going to go right today? Oh, man, look at there. I bought shoes because I wasn't sure what these look like. They look fine and dandy. They're plenty thick. I think what we'll do, change wheel cylinders. Hopefully we don't break a line. That'll be it. Let me get this line loose real quick. Let me get my, what's it called? Coil of oil, spray it and let it soak for a little bit. Let me blow all this nastiness away. Watch your eyes and your lungs. All right, whilst the coil of oil soaks on that line, let's get this took apart so we can get this wheel cylinder out of here. Let's get these here spring-a-langas out of the way. Oh yeah, there's one. Oh yeah, there's two. I'm gonna try to do this without taking these loose. I don't know if it'll happen, but we're gonna give her the old try. Yeah, I think we can do it. Yep. All right. Let's see if this line will come loose. Will it or won't it? No, sir. Let me work with it a little bit. Might put some heat on it. I got plenty of line here. I can re-flare it, but it would be nice if it broke loose. Come on, man. Ow, it's hot. Ooh, it's hot. No, sir. She just broke. All right, well, we'll have to redo that line there. And I got boiling brake fluid. Yep, sure do. Well, I'll let that cool so it don't hit me in the eyes and blind me. Then we'll get that wheel cylinder off. Let's see if we can get these bolts broken loose from the wheel cylinder and get it out. Now, can we get it out? Come on, man. Yeah, that ain't looking good. Ta-da! All right, let me get the new one. All right, let's see if this will work or not. That'll go in there. Am I upside down? I think I am. Yep. You moron. That's how it goes. All right, I think we almost got it. Let's see. This little feller here. I think she just went in, didn't it? Yep, right there. Where's my bolts? I've lost my bolts. As soon as I find my bolts, I'll put them in and tighten them up. There's one bolt started. Where's the other one? Ain't got a clue. Nope, sure don't. Well, when I find it, I'm the world's worst about laying something down. And then just, yeah, it grew legs and walked. Here it is. I found it. I found it. Now let's get this stuff here back where it goes. This has no emergency brake. Well, there's the cable, but does this not work like a Chevrolet? I don't guess it does. Chevrolet's got that bar that runs across here and a lever. I don't guess this one works like that. The piece that went up here, I've lost it. Now y'all think I'm joking, but if my head wasn't attached to my body, I'd lose it. That little triangular piece that goes up here, I ain't got a clue. Not nary one clue. What in the world, man? I know where it's at. It fell off. Yep. It's right down in here somewhere. Here it is. I think I see it there. Yep. Ta-da! This spring-a-lang will go right here. Where is my... No, wait a minute. I think this one goes on first. I don't think it really matters, but that's how it was. So we're going to put it back that way. Oh, yeah. This spring-a-lang was here. Oh, yeah. Now, we got that took care of. We put the drum back on. What is going on? There we go. Now I've got to work on this line here. It's got that stupid spiraled wire. I don't know why they put that on there, but I got to get it out of the way. And then reflare this line and we'll be done over here. Ooh! Double flare. Gonna take that little feller out. Mash her again. Oh yeah! Alright, let me get this line back on. Passenger side is done over there. This is the driver's side now. I already got the wheel cylinder changed out. The line broke. That's the good news. Bad news is there's no self-adjuster mechanism. There's no emergency brake mechanism. Remember me telling you all over there I didn't see the arm and lever and stuff like Chevrolet's got? I'm assuming Dodge is the same way. It's just not here. So I'll have to order that stuff. But wait, there's even more better news. Let me show you. I was about to start changing this rear hose out, and this line here is cracked, broke right there. And then, well, let me get the light where you can see. This line coming from the front to the hose, it's cracked and broke too. Yep, I just Snapped her in two right there. So, yep, there it went again. That's good. That's great. So, what I'm going to do is run new lines from, I don't know, there may be a joint somewhere there. If it looks good, we'll pick it up from there. If not, we'll run it all the way from the proportioning valve. We'll run new lines all the way across here. Great. But wait, there's even more better news. The fuel tank, it might be plastic, but look at here, the fill neck. Well, it's metal and it's rotted away. Here's the hose. Yep. It's called Bluetooth, I think is what the kids call it nowadays. So we'll have to drop the tank, and I don't know if you can buy that fill neck piece. If not, we'll have to make something. But yeah, that's got to come down too. Well, I got all the lines either broke or broke free, and the bracket that the hose goes to, that hose is pretty rusty. So I just decided to take the bracket loose, bring it with us, and we'll break it free in the vise. But let me get this hose loose right here, and we'll get all of this out of here, and we'll use these hoses for patterns. Get out of here. What about this one right here? Let me get it out. Get out of here. Let's go make us some brake lines. Oh, my knees. Ease. Let's get this bracket and hosiery thing undone firstly. Yeah, that ain't coming off. No. Tell you what we'll do. To the welding table, we'll hit her with the cutoff wheel. There we go. Now we're going to make us some brake lines. This is that NICOP. It's a nickel copper. It's not supposed to rust, but, well, that's a little bit of a lie. You know, because I've already seen it rust on, I think it was the 40. The ones on the rear. When brake fluid gets on it, it corrodes it. Sure does. Anyway, we're going to use this line here to roughly shape our new one. About like that, and then come around, bend her up like that right there, bend her back like that right there, bend her back down like that right there, a little twist there, and there you go. Brake lines are made. I'm trying to get this bracket right here. That's the one that the hose sticks through. Get it back on, and then we'll put our hose on and we'll put our lines on. All right, let's get underneath it and go to running lines. Which way did it go? I don't recall. Did it go like this? Did it go? Oh, I think I got to put a bend on this one. I had to straighten it out to flare it. I don't know. Let's swap it around this way. Did it go like this? Yes, sir. That's how she went. All right. Have I told y'all lately how much I hate brakes? Yep, I sure do. Just despise them. Well, my light just quit on me, fellers, so we may be done. We all probably can't see it, but we got our lines run across the rear end, got our hose in. I believe we're going to call her a night. It's getting kind of late. Tomorrow, I'm hoping we can finish the brakes, get them bled, have good working brakes, and at least start on the fuel system. But y'all know how it goes around here, fellers. That's why I quit planning stuff anymore. You never know what's going to happen. Anyways, I'm going to go in the house. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Till the next day, and here's what we're doing. We got to run a brake line from the proportioning valve all the way back because she's pretty rotten. There's a union right, where'd it go? Somewhere in this area. But this line, extremely rusty. I'm not going to trust my safety. There it is right there. She's in a sort of an L shape because it broke. I ain't trusting my safety to that, no sir. So we're going to run a brand new line from the proportioning valve all the way back. It's just a straight shot. Shouldn't be much to that. After we do that, master cylinder, bleed, and hopefully we can get the fuel system done today too. Let us get busy. Also, and oh, by the way, I found the self-adjuster stuff. It's supposed to be here today from Amazon. Also, again. Well, that line ain't wanting to break free. I might have to just cut it. Anyway, let me find my cutters and I'll cut that. Anyways, what was I gonna say? Oh, I got a new work light coming. If it's any better at all than this piece of garbage I got now, we're gonna smash this old one with a hammer. Yep. Tired of dealing with it slowly dimming, not due to the battery running out. It's just how it's designed to slowly dim, and it goes to flickering on the camera. Phooey on that. We got fluid dripping out, so that's a good sign. It ain't stopped up, hopefully. New brake line is flared. I got to fish it down the frame rail. Yes, I should take the gas tank out because, you know, we're taking it out anyway. I don't feel like doing that right now, so we're gonna do it the hard way. I will tape this fitting to the line though, so it don't get, you know, lost down the line and I have to fish it all the way down to the other end. Just put a piece of tape right there, buddy. I bet you won't go nowhere. Oh yeah. All right, let me see if I can get this fish down that frame rail. Just like it right there. Y'all tell me when you see it. Oh, I see it. Well, let me get a little bit more unraveled and then we'll fish her on down the frame rail. Well, that didn't work out like I wanted it to. It's not going down the frame rail. Well, let's back up. Try her again. Oh, there's just all kind of rust and garbage. Well, it come out again. Come out of the frame rail again. Oh, that frame rail is rusted pretty bad right here at this gas tank. The bottom bend. It looks pretty bad. And I have stopped up the frame rail with garbage. I mean the brake line with garbage. So that's good too. That was my main goal, was to stop it up. Yeah. All right, there we are. We are through. Let me pull her on through and we'll put it on this proportion valve after I blow it out. Because, like I said, it's full of garbage now. Yep. Brake line is cleaned out. Let's get her routed behind these wires. Get her, and get it in this proportion valve. All right, I think that's tight enough. Well, I forgot to turn the camera on, but the other end of that line is tightened up on the hose. Now we're going to focus our attention on the master cylinder. Y'all look at this right here, though. See that T right there? That's very odd. I was like, what? Why? Well, if you follow this line here, it goes into the firewall right there. Well, if you follow it a little bit further, brake control, predator brakes. I've never seen that before. You know, your new ones nowadays work off of, we call it G-force, whatever. Anyway, we're going to do away with that because that's ancient stuff. If we need trailer brakes, which we won't, we'll get us a new controller. So let me get this fella off, get this took loose. That line looks kind of rough. Hopefully it'll break free. If not, well, we'll redo it. Anyway, let's get that off. Will it or won't it break free, or is the line going to twist? Well, it looks like the line's going to twist on us. Tell you what, let me hit her with some heat real quick like. Well, we got the master, or the brake booster, caught on fire. Got a lot of grease on it. Did that help us out any at all? No, sir. The whole T's wanting to turn. Let's hold it in place whilst we loosen this feller here. Oh, look at there. Oh, yeah. He broke free from the line. Awesome. All right, got that loose. What about this front one? Is it going to act a fool, or is it going to come loose? Well, I think we might need to heat it up. Yep, it's wanting to twist the line. Let's heat her up. Heat her up, boys. Heat her up. Will it or won't it? No, sir. She's still trying to twist the line. Ooh, Ooh, that's hot stuff right there now. Ooh. Come on, man. Will it or won't it now? No, sir. No, sir, it won't. Well, I reckon I'll just have to break it and then we'll reflare it. That sounds like it's boiling in there, so I'm gonna let that cool off so it don't hit me in my eyeballs. Whilst we wait on that to cool, let's go ahead and take this line loose from that brake controller. I'll tell you what would be easiest. Cut this line right here. Anyway, what I forgot is that the brake pedals are stuck to each other. Well, they're stuck on the shaft. When you push one, the other one goes down too. We got to remedy that very quickly. Oh, yeah. All right. That line is removed. And what about this in here? Is it going to break free? Nope. Wait a minute, it did right then. Oh, yeah, fellas. All right, let us get this here master cylinder out of the way. What size are you, little buddy? Well, you're a 9/16. Ooh. Ta-da! Well, I open up the box, pull the new master cylinder out, and one of these things is not like the other. Nope. They don't look nothing like each other. And the hole down in there for the push rod, it's about half as deep as it needs to be. So, yeah, they either gave me the wrong one or they got the wrong one listed on their website. So, let me get on the interwebs. Where's the part number? Look at that right there. Let me see if that's the right number. If it is, then, well, they're just plain old wrong. And I got to find a master cylinder. I shall return. I looked up on every major auto parts store online, and this is the master cylinder they show. Well, I got thinking, do you remember the Duty Brown Dually? It had the wrong master cylinder on it. Well, I looked at a 79 Dodge W150. It was that one right there. Yep. Looked up a 78. It was this fella right here. Somebody's, for whatever reason, put the wrong master cylinder on this one too. Why? Why would you do that? But wait, there is more. Pulled out the push rod. Little feller's adjustable. So let's put it in the vise, get this broke free, run that all the way in, and maybe that'll work. All right, well, this little feller come a loose or not? What size are you, firstly? You're not a 3/8, you're smaller. What about a 5/16? Yep, that's what you are. Will it or won't it? Oh, yeah. Easy as pie. Let me run her all the way down. I'm going to stick it back in there and do some measuring. All right, got me a straight edge right here. Let's measure to the end of this push rod. We got 1.150 minus the thickness of this little feller here, which is 100. No, it's 85. So that's 95. 1.65 thousandths. Let's do some measuring on the master cylinder. That push rod, we're going to have to either take that little adjuster completely out or do some grinding. Let me pull it out real quick. Here's what I have decided to do. See how that's just flat? I'd prefer it to be round like that because it's round in there. That way it won't dig into it and wear it down. So what we're going to do, we'll cut some of this off. That'll let that run down in there. You'll be shorter, the whole thing. Well, here's the deal, fellers. It don't matter the length of that push rod because this will not physically bolt up. This is too narrow and the bolt holes are too small. Evidently, somebody's put an earlier model master or a brake booster on it too. So, let me see if I can find the master cylinder that fits this right here. Well, I'm back from the Auto Zone, and we do have a master cylinder. The number on the bottom of the old one come back as a, well, it fit Dodge, Chevrolet, Cadillac, Oldsmobile, several different ones. And you look up on any of the big stores for a 78, not an 80. And it comes back looking like this. This looks like the old one, except this is aluminum. It's cast iron. The old one's cast iron. I think it'll work as long as our fittings are the same. I've already got my push rod set. I got about 1 inch and 2/20 sticking out from the mounting surface. Let's put the little feller on. While she is bench bled, let's get this little feller bolted up. I also know, by the way, I just got my new work light right here. I really like it a lot for under hood. Now, whether or not I like it underneath the vehicle, well, that's yet to be seen. I will probably have to get another light for that. All right, I'm gonna fill this up. We'll open up all the bleeders and let her gravity bleed for a little bit. Whilst I wait on it to gravity bleed, I got my self-adjusting kits here. I'm gonna go ahead and put them on. But y'all look at my light. I think I'm gonna like it a lot. Where's the on and off button? It's up here. Watch this. You got this, and you got this. And as far as I can tell, it doesn't dim. And I don't know about the flicker. I'll tell you tonight when I start editing. But also, watch this right here. If you hit this button here, ta-da! Ta-da again! It's got a motion sensor. You just wave your hand in front of it and it turns on and off. Plus the magnets, they're pretty strong. Well, that thing's probably 2 foot long. Yeah. And these here swivel. Let me see if I can get them to swivel. Yep. See how that does that. Let me turn that light off because it's blinding me. These here swivel or whatever. So you can hook them to the side, and then this here turns also. It's a pretty neat little light. If where is the button? I keep losing the button. That's going to be aggravating. There it is. Anyway, depending on how durable it is, I may buy me a couple more. It seems to do pretty good underneath also. Like I said, that magnet's pretty strong. Hook it right there, and she hangs wherever you want to. Anyways, let me get the brakes bled, get these self-adjusters on. Brakes are bled, I think. Not sure about this one right here, left front. I bled that little feller for 10 or 15 minutes. Just kept getting air. Bunches of air. Matter of fact, I'll show you right here the amount of air I was getting after 15 minutes of bleeding. Big down again. Big up. Come back down again. Big up. Lots and lots of air. I'm hoping what's going on is it's sucking air back in around the bleeder. I saw a little fluid coming out of there. I didn't see that anywhere else on any other wheel. Just this one, so I'm hoping it's sucking air back around the bleeder. And they're good. We're going to call them good for now. When we take it down the road and I mash the pedal for the first time, we'll know if we got brakes or not. Speaking of pedals, holy crap-oly, those pedals. I can't get them to free up. No, they're stuck. You mash the clutch down, the brake pedal goes down. You mash the brake pedal, the clutch pedal goes down. That ain't good. You know, the dang old Dodge did the same thing. I believe the purple Dodge did the same thing. This must be a Dodge truck thing. I've fooled with it for an hour and put Kroll oil, heated them. They are no better off now than they were an hour ago when I started that. Only thing left to do is get a sawzall up in there and just cut it. I got to cut it in 3 spots, bring the pedals out, drive that pin out, and make a new pin. We ain't going to do that right now. What we're doing right now, let's get this gas tank out of here. What we got to do is these 2 bolts or 2 nuts right here, get them loose. Then I'll get that strap out of the way. And then, of course, you know, this in here's broke. I'm looking for the other end of it. Is right here? I think so. We'll try to get that loose too. I'll probably ought to spray that with some Kroll oil. These here look okay. I'll still hit them with some Kroll oil. Let's see if we can get them loose so get that tank out of there. Well, let her want it. No, sir. The head of the bolts is spinning. How am I supposed to get anything? I don't know, fellas. Ain't got a clue. Nope. Let me see what the other end looks like. Well, I found the other end. It goes up there across there, you know. It's got all the threads on it, about that long. Sprayed her with Croil of oil, put a wrench on it. Oh no, she ain't budging, no siree. So, what I'm gonna do is take a cutoff wheel, cut them off. That'll let this drop and get the tank out, and then what I may end up doing is welding bolts here, put the feller back up there. The only thing I know to do, because I'm not, yeah, that ain't breaking loose. Anyway, let's get to cutting. Dodge, you're stupid. I need to get some kind of support. I guess probably the hosieries might help hold it, but let me, oh yeah, there we go. Oh, she's full of something. I would say, oh crap, I would say Wooders. It's busted right here too, fellas. Let me get it out of here. We'll look it over. It ain't looking good though, no sir. We'll just cut these lines because they're in pretty rough shape anyway. Yep. Sure enough. There's one. There's two. Now, will it come out? Man, that is a really, really long tank. Goodness gracious. My new light, battery run down. You know, I just got it so it wasn't charged up. It's charging over there. This little feller here, I just saw it flickering. Yeah, see it flickering? You, sir, are a pile of garbage. Anyway, let me clear the welding table off and we'll get that tank up there and look at it. Well, before we get over there and look at that tank, let me show you this. It ain't real good. I wish I'd have seen this before I started, because I probably wouldn't have started. I knew we were rotting here. I saw that a little while ago. That's not real good. Let me get the light over here a little bit better. She's pretty rotten right through there. Which that's the bottom lip. Your strength comes from the vertical part. It don't look bad. Until you get back here. Well, you can see I can pretty much stick my finger through there. That's supposed to be attached to the frame. Nope. Then, I don't know if you can see it or not, you get on over in the vertical part of the frame. Let me get this camera up in there. Maybe you can see that. She's rotten. Oh yeah, this is right where the front leaf spring hanger is. That ain't good, fellers. No, sir. Kind of wished I'd have seen that before I started on this truck. You can see a little bit right here, right in there. And let me put the light on the other side. You might see that daylight through there. Not good. No, sir. It's repairable, but I wasn't planning on doing all that. What in the devil, man? Anyway, let's get the tank up on the welding table, see what we got going on. Look how long this tank is. It's 6 foot long. Well, it's 5 foot long. What in the devil, man? There's where it's busted. I don't know how that happened. It's on top. Who knows? This is where the strap went. I don't know. Might have tightened it up too tight or something. I think that's fixable with some kind of goop. I ain't too worried about it. Inside, I don't know if y'all can see or not. She's pretty doggone nasty. Yeah, I can't get the camera angle right. But it's got some old nasty goop, and the liquid I hear, it is gas. It's not water. We'll have to clean it out. And, well, let me get a screwdriver and see about getting that sending unit out. Is it just screwed down? Well, I don't know. I think so. Let me see if I can get this cleaned up and get that out. And I'm sure the sending unit, pickup tube, whatever's in here is pretty rotten. Let me get that out. I'm pretty sure these are Phillips screws, but it's got so much garbage in them that I can't get the screwdriver down in them. Might have to grab a hold with a vice grips or something. Oh yeah, they ain't coming loose. Nope. Let me get some vice grips. Here's these little peewee vice grips that were on the left front brake hose on Duty Brown Dooley. I thought they might get a hold of it being smaller. No, sir. Let me work on it a little bit. more to go. Got the last one finally. What we got right here? Yeah. I think we're gonna need a pickup tube, and yep, pretty bad. Let me get the flashlight and look down in here. Yep, there's the sending unit laying on the bottom with the wire. Let me see if I can get that out. Come on out, little buddy. There's part of it. This is, I don't know. That's the sending unit. There's the sock. There's some wire. What in the world, man? There's still a bunch of garbage. Where did it go? Oh, it's over here. Well, I got that other piece out. There it is right there. Part of the float. Yep. Also, found another crack right there. That's where the other strap is. Well, I mean, just plastic. It gets dry, rotted, old. It cracks. Yep. Sort of like me. I will price the tank. If they're not bad, we'll get one, but I'm going to say we're probably going to fix that one. Yep. Yeah, we'll probably fix that one because after seeing that frame like that, yeah, I don't want to spend a whole lot of money on this truck. I knew the body, of course, was bad, but I didn't know the frame was, which it's only that one spot. It's behind the gas tank where all the leaves got in there, and it stayed there for years and years and rotted that frame. We can fix that. Ain't no major deal. Just take that front spring hanger loose, plate the frame, might plate it on both sides, big long piece, 12 inches long or whatever. Weld that plate in, put that spring hanger back in. I don't know if the spring hanger is rotten. I think it's okay. We'll just bolt it back in with some grade 8 bolts. Let her ride. And I believe that right there was the deciding factor on whether I was going to keep this truck or get rid of it. Yep, I think we're going to get rid of this whole thing. We might do some body swap. We'll just have to wait and see, fellas. But as of right now, let's get the mechanical stuff working good. Then we'll worry about how she looks and all that. Well, I think we'll wrap the video up right here because tomorrow I'm going out of town for 3 or 4 days. Yes, sir. Thanksgiving is in a couple of days. Ever since Daddy passed away, I take Mama to the mountains. We meet my sister and her husband, the one that lives in North Carolina. And we stay on their motorhome and spend 3 or 4 days down there at Pigeon Forge, Dollywood, looking at the pretty lights and doing all the stuff, seeing all the things. So, yeah, we got to end her up right here. I got to have this video done and uploaded tonight. Yep. So, we'll cut her off right here. But next week, seeing how, this is still in my way, we'll be back on it. We'll fix the frame. We got to fix the pedals. We got to do something with the gas tank. And I think it'll be fairly solid as far as mechanics go. So, we'll be looking for that. Anyway, appreciate y'all watching. Hope you enjoyed it. If you don't mind, hit that like, comment, subscribe. Share it with your friends. And until next time, go do something. Blur, blur.